Charizard, 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 Charizard. Squirtle, 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 Charizard, Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirt. Charizard, 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 Gengar, 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 Gengar. You son of a... Charizard, 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 Charizard. What the f*** are y'all saying? What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, I'm gonna go over 50 weird Japanese translations from Pokemon. Oh, and before we start, definitely subscribe to my Dobbs gaming channel, okay? Right there, subscribe. I'm uploading new videos and streaming, so yeah, link in the description. All right, cool, thanks guys. And with that said, let's get into the video. The move Leer in Japanese translates to glare, which is interesting because the move glare in Japanese is known as snake glare. And I guess it makes sense because only snake Pokemon learn snake glare. Well, except for Druddigon and Helioptile. I guess they're like snakish snakes or something. Submission in Japanese is Hell Wheel, which now makes a lot of sense for why the animation is a giant fire looking wheel when it's supposed to be a fighting type move. And the fact that Ash's Charizard is known for this move as well. This one is pretty dark. Night Slash translates to crossroad killing, which was a practice for a samurai testing a new katana on a defenseless passerby, usually taking place at nighttime. And yeah, this sounds pretty evil for the dark type being the evil type in Japanese. Bullet Seed translates to seed machine gun, which is probably one of the coolest names for a move that I've seen. Thunderbolt translates to 100,000 volts, which is quite a lot of power. I mean, your entire house runs on about 120 volts. So I have no idea how Ash survives Pikachu's lightning. And also this explains the naming of the Z move 10 million volts. Quick Attack translates to lightning speed, which explains why Ash's Pikachu is so known for this move, is using lightning speed as electric Pokemon. Harden translates to stiffen. Yeah, so instead of telling your Metapod to harden, you would say, Metapod, stiffen. Mirror Move translates to Parrot Mimicry, which explains why a lot of birds learn this move. But I'm still trying to figure out on how Sigilyph is a bird, because it can learn this move as well. I guess it's an ancient bird or something. Leech Life translates to Suck Blood, which sounds pretty cool actually. But why on earth does Grookey learn this? It's a monkey. Monkeys don't suck blood, unless it's a vampire monkey. Lovely Kiss translates to Demon's Kiss. So does this mean that Jinx is actually a demon? Because this is a signature move. Cool enough, Sweet Kiss is basically the counterpart of Lovely Kiss because it translates to Angel's Kiss. So I guess being kissed by an angel makes you confused, but being kissed by a demon makes you relax enough to go to sleep, which makes no sense. Dizzy Punch translates to Chirp Chirp Punch, which is neat because the animation has little birds flying around the Pokemon's head, just like in the cartoons. If for the longest time you wonder why Splash isn't a water type move, well, it's because it translates to the word hop. So instead of splashing in water, it's basically just hopping. It also explains why Hoppip can learn this move as well. Hyper Fang translates to certain kill thing. And guys, Bidoof can learn this, so watch out. False Swipe translates to strike with the back of the sword, which is the longest name for a move that I've ever seen. And this basically means striking with the non-sharp end of a samurai sword, making it a non-fatal blow. Return translates to return favor. And this makes a lot of sense now because for the longest time, I had no idea why this move was called return. But it turns out the Pokemon's return the favor to their beloved trainer. This one is really cool. Volt Tackle translates to Voltecker, which is the name of a move used by the character Pulseman. And Pulseman is a character from a video game developed by Game Freak back from 1994. Glaciate translates to Frozen World, which is kind of terrifying because its signature Pokemon Kyurem has a Potent entry that states that it's stronger than Reshiram and Zekrom. And Reshiram has a Dex entry that states that it can scorch the world on fire. So Kyurem might be able to start a new Ice Age with this move if it wanted to. Zen Headbutt translates to Thought Headbutt. So I guess Psychic Pokemon have to think really hard to make this move work. This one is pretty funny. Bufflet's signature move Head Charge translates to Afro Break. So using this move breaks Bufflet's Afro, basically. Inferno translates to Purgatory. So this move literally puts the opposing Pokemon in hell. Hornleash translates to Woodhorn, which is another great reason on why we should get Wood-type Pokemon. All these Pokemon who learn this move will make perfect Wood types. Oblivion Wing translates to Deathwing. And no, not the dragon from World of Warcraft, but Evolto's signature move. You know, the Pokemon that can suck the life force of every living being in the world. I never really understood the move Assist until I learned its translation. It translates to Cat's Paw. So basically the cat Pokemon are being copycats and randomly copying a move from their partner. Swift translates to Speed Star, which now makes a lot of sense because I really never thought about how Swift means flying stars. And if you watch the anime, you probably remember that one time they accidentally called Swift Speed Star.
Fluffy, use Speed Star!
Horn Attack translates to Horn Thrust. So the Pokemon is thrusting its horn. No sexual innuendos here. Octolog translates to Octopus Hold, which is an actual wrestling move. Well, a WWE move, so I'm not really sure how much it would hurt. And given that this is Grapplok's signature move, this is even more proof that Grapplock could just be a human inside an octopus suit, since it's only a fighting type Pokemon. This one explains the thumbnail. Leech Seed translates to Mistletoe Seed. So basically the Pokemon fires mistletoes at the opponent, and because of tradition, they would be forced to kiss, no matter what Pokemon they are. Alright, let's move on to item translations, and let's start simple with a few Pokeballs. The Pokeball translates to Monster Ball, because in Japanese, Pokemon is called Pocket Monsters, and the Pokemon are just simply monsters. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the name Monster Ball a lot. This one is really cool too. The Great Ball translates to the Super Ball, and there was even art for this ball back in Generation 1 where it had an S on top of it. And I get why they named it this, because they gave the Pokeball a superhero coloring scheme. It looks very super. The Love Ball translates to Lovey-Dovey Ball, which is just hilarious and kinda cute. And finally, the last ball, the Beast Ball, which translates to the Ultra Ball. Yeah, that's right, because, you know, it catches Ultra Beasts. And if you didn't know, our Ultra Ball is actually known as the Hyper Ball in Japanese, because if you notice, that's not a U on top of the ball, it's actually an H. The berries in Pokemon translate to fruit, which is why these berries seem a lot larger than what you expect it to be. Destiny Knot translates to Red Thread. And this is pretty cool because in Chinese culture, there's a belief that there's an invisible red cord around the finger of those who are destined to meet each other. So basically, if the Pokemon become infatuated, those two were meant to be. Fluffy Tail translates to Ineko's tail, and Ineko is Skitty's name in Japanese. So just like with the Slowpoke tail, this is quite literally a Skitty's tail, unless it's just a manufactured toy or something. The item Lucky Punch has the same name in Japanese, but it isn't called Lucky because it raises Chansey's critical hit ratio. It's actually called Lucky because Chansey's name in Japanese is Lucky, which also explains the Lucky Egg. Max Potion translates to Tank Filling Medicine, which is a really random and weird name. I guess there's so much medicine inside of it that it can fill up a fish tank or something. The soda pop in Pokemon actually has its own brand name, and it's called Psycho Soda in Japanese. And there's even art for it from Generation 1. And it looks like it resembles those classic bottles that are popular in Japan that had the little ball inside of them. I always thought those were cool. The Nugget translates to Golden Ball, which apparently is a slang term in Japanese for testicles. And in the Japanese version of Pokemon Gold and Silver, there's a man on Route 2 that offers his Golden Ball. So he's basically offering his testicles to the player. Alright, let's do a few Pokemon names that I thought were weird and funny. Zapdos' name is literally just Thunder. And with that in mind, guess what Jolteon's name is? I'll give you a moment. It's that. It's literally just Thunders with an S added. This one is amazing. Magikarp's name in Japanese is Koi King. So it's literally the king of all koi fish. I can't imagine how weak the other unknown koi fish are in Pokemon if Magikarp's the king. Abra's name translates to Case, which sounds very human. And I know Abra is named after the magician Edgar Case, but I can't help but think about Kadabra's Pokedex history that states that a human woke up as the Pokemon. Could this be that human was Case the first to transform? Cramorant's name translates to Ooh, which is literally just 2 U's. This has to be the simplest name out of all Pokemon, well besides Cleffa, which has the name Pi. And of course, I couldn't leave this one out for this video. Magmar's Japanese name is Boober. And funny enough, his pre-evolution is Boo Bee, and his final evolution is Boo Bird. So it becomes Flaming Boobies. And these last few are just random ones that I thought were silly and cool. So here we go. The ability Battle Armor translates to Kabuto Armor. And no, it's not named this because Kabuto has this ability, but rather the Japanese helmet that samurai wear. So basically Kabuto is named after a helmet, and now I see why. The ability Cute Charm translates to Mad Love Ball, which practically means that the Pokemon have irresistible looking bodies. Like damn, look at Wigglytuff's curves, and those eyes. Damn. The trainer class Last translates to Miniskirt, which is pretty funny and interesting because in the original Japanese opening, they sing about going through the flames, floods, weeds, forests, soil, clouds, and under a girl's skirt, referencing the starter Pokemon and a random lass. And if you notice from the English opening, that's why Pikachu jumps from under a random lass's skirt. The trainer class Tamer translates to Fierce Beast User, which is pretty cool because the trainer uses Pokemon based on real life fierce animals, like Arbok, Tauros, and Persian, which would be based on snakes, bulls, and fierce cats. Oh, and that's why they have whips for their trainer sprites. The trainer class youngster translates to shorts youngster. So no wonder that one trainer from Route 3 talks about how much he loves his shorts. They all must be obsessed with their clothing. And finally, I couldn't help myself. Brox's rice balls were translated to jelly-filled donuts.
Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
But dude, those are clearly not donuts. And there you go, 50 weird Pokemon translations. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yo, if you enjoyed this video, check out my 50 first in Pokemon. How about that? Or if you want to start laughing, watch my parodies. I have some pretty cool animations like this one. And don't forget to subscribe.